Hi, my name is Noah Gift, and today we're going to talk about the Go language, and we're going to build a phrase generator using Go inside of the AWS Cloud9 environment. And this will allow us to really quickly build out a command line tool and kick the tires on developing things in AWS. Okay, let's go and get started. Here we have a repo, Noah Gift Go Cloud, and inside I'm going to show how easy it is to both build Hello World scripts, command line tools, and then also use the AWS SDK with Go to execute other examples. So I'm going to first start off in a Cloud9 environment, and this is a really great environment to develop anything inside of AWS because it has role-based privileges. To create a new one, very straightforward. You just go ahead and build something, pick out what kind of environment you like to use. The one I'm using actually is a larger machine. I have, I think, a T2 large here, and I like to have something that's a little more powerful so I can have a fast compile time. So I've already set that up. I'm going to go over here, and we've got this thing running. And if I go into Go Cloud here, and I type in get remote -v, we can see that this is actually set up. Now, the first thing I did was actually, if I go to the README file at the beginning of this repo here, one of the things that I did was went through here and downloaded the latest version of Go. And so the reason I know this is if I type in which Go and then I say Go version, you can see that I put it into user local Go bin Go, and I also have this 1.17.6 version. So I've got a newer version of Go that typically is a slightly older version that comes with Cloud9. So now that I've got this all set up, I'm going to go into a Hello World directory here, and let's go ahead and take a look at the README in this Hello World file. So if we go inside of here, the first thing you got to do is do go mod init. In this example, it would be Hello World example. I touch a Hello World file, and then once I paste this code inside of here, that's really all I need to do. And so let's go ahead and take a look at that example. We've got package main, import format. So this is the typical Hello World command. And now what do I need to do to run this thing? I just type in go run. So let's go ahead and do that. And we'll type in go run. There we go, Hello World. Now, the powerful thing about this is it's very straightforward once you've got this structure to go to a more complex example. So let's actually cd out of this directory, and let's go into this phrase generator directory. And what's nice about this phrase generator is a little bit more complex. So what I do in this example here is I do the same thing. I say go mod init, and this creates the general structure for the project. And then I get a third-party module. And so this third-party module here allows me to make command line tools. And then I, again, just make an empty file here, touch go. And so let's go ahead and take a look at that file. So phrase generator, and let's just walk through it. So the first thing I do is I just say package main, and then I import things from the standard library or something where I've actually installed it. And this is that package that helps me build command line tools. Then I build out this main function, and you can see here, this is really just scaffolding that allows me to accept arguments. So I'm going to accept a phrase, and that's the phrase I'm going to print out, and then I'm going to accept a count. And then here's where all the work goes into play is I have this app.action, and what it does here is it essentially looks at the number of count that I have, and I go through and I loop out and print the phrase that's typed in, the total of the amount of counts that are here. So this is a traditional for loop. So in order to run this thing, pretty straightforward. All I need to do is go inside of this directory, make sure that's a init, and then to run it, I can just do this. I can just say go phrase generator and then type in a phrase and then some kind of a count. Let's go ahead and do that. So go run phrase generator.go -- phrase hello world -- count 5. There we go. So if we want to change it to say hello AWS, we can do this, and then we can change it to, I don't know, 2, right? So again, now we've been able to extend this a little bit more and build out a sophisticated command line tool. Now, what can we do that's even more powerful? Well, let's go back to the root of this directory and just take a look at the README file that I created. One of the things I'd recommend is go here, and let's go ahead and take a look at this. And this is the SDK for AWS. You can see here we've got, if we type this GOV2, this is the Go version 2 SDK, and there's all these different parts of AWS that we can play around with, including S3. And in particular with S3, look at this. You can copy bucket, create bucket, delete, all these things that are nice to do from the SDK. I like the list buckets. That's a, kind of a traditional one for me to play around with. And here we can see that it's actually not a lot of code. We import the Go SDK, and then inside of here, this defines the interface, and then we list out all the buckets. This is what this code does, and then we put it together in a main function. Now, we could just recreate this. That's definitely one way to do it, or riff off of it. But in this example here, what's nice is I can actually use the go run command and actually execute it without needing to do anything. And that's one of the really cool things about having all these things checked out on your system. So if I just type in CD, we can go to environment, and then notice here that I can actually navigate towards this example. So we've got Go, and then we've got S3 right here. If we can double check in here, go to S3, and we can go to list buckets. And so we can both look at the code. Here we go, list, no, we want to list buckets. Look at the code, and at the same time, we can CD into that directory. So let's go into AWS doc examples, and then go into Go V2, and now go into S3, and then go into list buckets. Here we go. And then now all I need to do is execute that command, which I had typed in over here, which is go run list buckets v2. Let's go ahead and run that and see what happens. There we go. Because of the power of Go, it's very straightforward to easily execute other examples by just doing that go run command. So in many ways, actually much more straightforward than other languages. And this is a great way to really leverage the power of both Go and the SDK for AWS.